So these politicians, man, they make me absolutely sick. Tulsi, you're supposed to be anti-war. You're supposed to be anti-war. And you're saying that the Afghanistan invasion was justified? What the hell?
Keep it 100, I be feeling like Campbell soup over white rice. Baked chicken with the skin on. Yeah, Lowry's with black pepper. I'm fully seasoned with laughter.
What's up, y'all? So what I want to talk about today is former Representative Tulsi Gabbard. She tweeted a video expressing her support for the U.S. invasion in Afghanistan. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to play the video, then I'll discuss.
Afghanistan. After Al-Qaeda terrorists attacked us on 9/11, our brave warriors, special forces, they quickly deployed to defeat Al-Qaeda in Afghanistan. They accomplished their mission rapidly and effectively, and that is when they should have returned home. But the elite, they wanted to nation build, getting us into a 20-year war with no clear mission or strategy, causing massive suffering and wasting trillions of taxpayer dollars. Afghanistan. The question is this: will we hold accountable the elite, the political leaders, the mainstream media, the military leaders, defense contractors, etc., who got us into and kept us in this foolish, short-sighted mission to turn Afghanistan into a quote-unquote democracy, costing us over $1 trillion and countless lives? Unlikely. And will we blindly allow the elite to drag us into new, even more costly military adventures in the name of spreading or protecting democracy? Probably. Out of aloha, we weep for the suffering that the elite have already caused. Out of aloha, we must stop them from causing even more.
So I'm going to talk about where she's right and where she's wrong. My former boss always told me anytime that you're going to be critical of someone, first you should emphasize the good that they do. I don't always do that, admittingly, but all my videos, I give full context and I present the best interpretation of the person's argument who I'm going to be critical of. You can even see this in my last video where I was critical of Charles Kirk Franklin, Canned Ice Owens, and Ben Shapubi. So I'm going to start off with what she said that's correct. So when she said the war in Afghanistan lasted 20 years because the US wanted to nation build, she's absolutely correct. Well, she's somewhat correct. The war lasted so long because it was a war over resources, over natural resources. And I'll speak more on that later. We don't give a damn about women's rights. It's clear we don't give a damn about women's rights and democracy whatsoever. The U.S. does not care about that. We don't even care about democracy here. Joe Biden's crime bill doesn't allow drug users, if they're caught and put in prison, to vote. The Voting Rights Act has to be renewed every 25 years instead of being permanently codified into law, while Obama made Bush's tax cuts for the rich permanent. Make no mistake, we don't give a damn about women's rights or about democracy. I really, really wish a country would invade the US and bring democracy here. We need democracy brought to the US because we don't have it here. And name a president, just name any. Every single president in our lifetime, excluding Carter, every single president in our lifetime has bombed some country, has dropped bombs on a country. All of them had bombed women overseas. So don't tell me that these presidents care about women. Don't tell me these politicians care about women. Most of them, if not all of them, voted for wars overseas. And you're going to tell me they care about women? The next thing that she said that is correct is we need to hold the elite accountable for their role in this 2-decade war. That includes the trash politicians, Democrats and Republicans, because I'm not a partisan hack. That includes the media. The media is still to this day, at this point, they're pushing propaganda to make sure that Joe Biden doesn't withdraw the troops, doesn't do a full withdrawal. And the Justice Democrats, where are you? Why are you not saying anything about this? Why are you quiet about Joe Biden withdrawing the troops? Where are your anti-war voices? Where are they? Why are you not heaping praise on him for the troop withdrawal and encouraging him and pressuring him to get out of all of the rest of the wars? Why are you not doing that? Where are you? Why are you not pressuring Joe Biden to stop bombing all the other countries? Why are you not pressuring him to stop bombing Somalia, one of the poorest places on earth? Why are you not doing that? Where's your anti-war voices? You're all garbage. All of you are garbage. Y'all are trash. Jamal Bowman, AOC, Cori Bush, Ayanna Pressley, Rashida Tlaib, Pramila Jayapal, and whoever the hell just a Democrat I forgot. Because I know there's a few of you I don't remember. I'm not remembering all of y'all off the top of my head. Where are y'all? All of y'all are garbage. Y'all are trash. Y'all should be speaking out, being the head of the anti-war voices in Congress. And y'all should be pressuring Joe Biden to not bomb Syria again, not bomb Somalia again, and stop bombing the other 7 countries that we're bombing right now. Where are you? So now let's talk about where Tulsi is wrong. We invaded Afghanistan after we attacked on 9/11 by Al Qaeda. So here's the issue. Not a single terrorist that attacked us on 9/11 came from Afghanistan. Not a single one. Either 15 or 16, I'm not exactly sure the number, came from Saudi Arabia. But they'd never say we should go to war with Saudi Arabia. And why? Because Saudi Arabia gives us cheap oil. So we'd never go to war with Saudi Arabia. So why do we invade Afghanistan? We invaded Afghanistan because it's a war over resources. It's a war over mineral wealth. That's why we went to war in the first place. It was never a war because we were attacked by Al Qaeda. It was a war because we needed resources. That's why I never attacked Saudi Arabia. It was never about that. So no, Tulsi, the U.S. was not justified in invading Afghanistan. That's complete foolishness. And I want you to take a look at this headline that was in CNN. That's what it's all about. They're still, to this very day, talking about the natural resources. You know, there was a meme that I saw online. I'll try to find it. Hopefully I'm able to post it in a video where it was talking about cookies. Oh, you put too many eggs. There's how the cookies look like. You put too much flour. There's how a cookie look like. You put too much oil. Oh, the U.S. troops invade. That's what it's about. It's about the minerals. It's about the resources. That's why we get into this war. It's never for altruistic reasons. The U.S. We don't care about altruism. We don't care about democracy. We don't care about women's rights. We don't care about none of that. We care about mineral wealth. We care about exploiting poor countries and keeping them poor while we build wealth. That's all that matters to the U.S. We don't give a damn about human rights. We have some of the worst human rights here. In 2011, Barack Obama signed the NDAA, and there was a section in there that said he can throw people in prison without trial or charge as long as as long as the government can label them as a terrorist. And if you boycott a product, you can be labeled an economic terrorist and go to prison for the rest of your life without trial or charge indefinitely. Obama said he knew that provision is in there and that he's a bit skeptical of it, but he signed it instead. What he could have done is he could have vetoed that, send it back to Congress, say take that out. Then I'll sign the National Defense Authorization Act. But he didn't, because he is authoritarian, just like Donald Trump, just like Joe Biden, just like Bill Clinton, just like Donald Trump. He's no different. All these politicians are complete garbage. So don't you ever send for a politician. I'd be damned if I sent for a politician. Whether that's Tulsi Gabbard, whether that's Bernie Sanders, whether that's Joe Biden, whether that's Barack Obama, whether it's Donald Trump, whether it's George Bush. No one sends for George Bush. Whether it's AOC, whether it's Ilhan Omar, whoever the hell, I'd be damned if I'm sipping over a politician. What the hell is wrong with y'all? Kissing these politicians behind. They're not celebrities. They're public servants. They were put in office to do the bidding of the people. You're not supposed to be kissing them behind and defending them. Look, at the end of the day, right is right and wrong is wrong. If you're not going to call a politician on their bullshit when they do something right, you're an ass kisser. You have no integrity. It's either you support the wars or you're against the wars. It's either you're for Medicare for all, or you're against Medicare for all. It's either you want to do something about climate change or you don't. I don't give a damn what politician you like. If they do something wrong, you need to call them out. That's why the left can never win, because a lot of you are so full of shit. So many of you. The right is clearly full of shit, and y'all not much different than them. I'm gonna make a video about how full of shit the left is very soon. I make some videos being critical of the right, like I did my last video, but most of my video is on the left simply because I'll use this analogy. Someone would be much more critical of their kid doing wrong than someone who they don't really care about. Someone who is like clearly a terrible person in the street. And here's why. Because you feel your kid can improve. You have a stake. You have interest in your kid improving. I don't have any interest in people who are on the right that are genuinely terrible people. They're antithetical. Another word I'm trying. Antithetical. You know what I'm trying to say. That they're diametrically opposed to our interests. If someone on the right, if they're diametrically opposed to things that I support, I'm not gonna worry about them. But if there's someone on the right who they support something like Medicare for all, I'll work with them to do it. That makes sense because I have principles. So you need to have principle, right? So I'm more critical of the left because there's an interest there, right? Being critical of the right, that's a low hanging fruit. You have to be critical of your side if you have integrity. If you see your side doing something wrong, if you're not just a behind kisser, you need to call it out for whoever the hell does it. So there's some criticisms of Tulsi Gabbard that are fair, like this one. My criticism of her is very fair, saying that the Afghanistan invasion was justified. That's complete BS, foolishness. That's not the invasion is not justified whatsoever. So that's a fair criticism. Some criticism of Tulsi Gabbard were completely unfair. Like, for example, when people say she's against Medicare for all, that's complete BS. And you're lying, and purposely. Especially someone like the Young Turks, because they're supposed to be a news show. They actually follow politics. They're not someone they don't do it casually. It's their life. It's how they make a living. So someone like the Young Turks pushing that Tulsi Gabbard was against Medicare for all, it's complete BS, complete foolishness, complete nonsense. And here's why. Tulsi Gabbard, she supported Medicare for all. She supported the Australian version of Medicare for all. Now, that version was worse than Bernie Sanders' bill, clearly, but it's still Medicare for all. Saying she's against Medicare for all, that's not misleading. It's a complete lie. And she went on a Jimmy Dore show to explain her support for Medicare for all. And Jimmy Dore said to her face, Bernie Sanders' version was better.
So Tulsi had to leave. But what I wanted to say about her healthcare plan before we dropped this video was that, so there's two things about her healthcare plan. One, the beauty of it is that it takes away the right-wing talking point. Like I was saying, I tried to say, but I didn't. Again, we didn't have enough time. Time was pressured. But what I was trying to say was that most people are for single payer, but they can talk them out of it or scare people with how they couch it. And so Tulsi's approach, which, as far as I can tell, uses the Australian model. She agreed. I said, is it Australian model? She said, yes. Takes that talking point away. It takes the talking point away of, hey, they're going to take away your health care. They're going to take away your health care. They're going to make it illegal for you to get private health insurance, and then the government's going to run in. And so that takes away all that because they're not outlawing private health insurance. Now, the problem, there's a problem with that. My preference is for a Bernie's plan, but the overall important thing is that everybody pays into the single payer Medicare, right? So with people like Pete Buttigieg, you can opt out. You have to opt in. This, everybody's in. Everybody's in. You can just get stuff on top of it. So if you know how the Australian system works, that's that. So the drawback of that is that you still have private insurance, which I don't like. That's a drawback to that plan. Still, also, it starts to create kind of a two-tiered healthcare system. The idea of everybody getting the same Medicare for all, the beauty of that is if the powerful people in the culture and the rich people in the culture have the same experience when they go to the hospital or get the health care as poor and working people, then they'll make sure it's running properly. That's the idea. But in this new one, everyone will be in Tulsi's. Again, it's not my preferred plan. It's a better. It's certainly 1,000 times better than Obamacare. It's not quite Bernie's plan, but the beauty of it is it takes away that right-wing talking point of scaring people about they're going to take away your health care. They're going to take away your private health insurance. They're going to make it illegal for you to get. So that takes away that, which then you can make the decision on, it's like 6 of one, half a dozen, right? So the part about Bernie's plan is that it can be hack that with that right-wing talking point, and we've seen it successfully done. They can lower people's approval of single payer by scaring them that way. So anyway, that's my again, I think the gold standard is Bernie's plan. I think what Tulsi's plan does that's good is that it takes away that right-wing talking point while still enrolling everyone in a single payer system. So if you want to know more, I'm sure she doesn't have it up on her website. I'm sure she will. But if you want to go look at how Australia's works, and that's what it is. Are there problems with it? Sure. Is it as good as Bernie's? No. But again, it's like you're making a trade-off. She cancels out that right-wing talking point with her plan. So there you go. So now you make the decision. So there it is. And now you get to choose. I just wish we had more times that I could have gone into it more with her. A lot of things I didn't get to go into, but that's one of them. There you go. Thanks.
So I presume that she put out that version of Medicare for all to differentiate herself from Bernie Sanders. But you can't say that it's not Medicare for all. That's factually incorrect. She definitely supported Medicare for all. Just a version that, in my opinion, was not as good and not as comprehensive as Bernie Sanders' bill. So that's a lie and an unfair criticism. So these politicians, man, they make me absolutely sick. Tulsi, you're supposed to be anti-war. You're supposed to be anti-war, and you're saying that the Afghanistan invasion was justified? What the hell? It was absolutely not justified. These politicians, they really make me sick. Even Bernie Sanders, he is in favor of continuing the drone strikes. How is that anti-war and you want to continue drone strikes bombing poor countries overseas? Brown and black countries overseas. How is that anti-war? These politicians, man, they all trash. They're garbage. And I don't give a damn about lose subscribers for this. I'm going to say what the hell I feel. I'm going to be honest. That's the name of my channel. Keep it 100 Dre. So whether you like me being critical of your politician that you want to simp over or not, I'm going to be honest. They're all trash. They're all garbage. Every single one of them. There might be one or two here or there that may be decent, but I doubt it. I doubt it. Politicians are terrible. They're garbage. They lie to us all the time. It's almost seemingly their job to lie and BS us. Whether it's the Republicans, whether it's the right-wing Democrats or conservative moderate Democrats, whether it's the progressives, whether it's the Justice Democrats, all of them bullshit and lie to us all the time. That's why they're all garbage. And I'd be damned if I simp. If y'all ever see me simping over a politician, call me out. Unsubscribe. I would be damned if I ever do that. Ever. And if you're a serious person, you need to call out every politician's bullshit. Not just politicians that you like or don't like. Like, I'm sure the Young Turks are going to call out Tulsi Gabbard. Because Anna Kasparian has some weird beef where she lies and BS's about her. So I would say they should call out for this because she's wrong here. But they should also call out AOC when she bullshits. But they're not going to do so. Because they're not news. They lie to you just as much as the mainstream media because they are the mainstream media. They're pushed by the corporate algorithm. That's why they have 5 million some subscribers. But no one watches their show anymore. How you have 5 million subscribers? And there was one point where they had under 1,000 live viewers. How do you have under 1,000 live viewers having over 5 million subscribers? I've never seen that before. I've seen much smaller channels literally 1/10 the size of them have 5, 6, 10,000 live viewers. That shows the state of the Young Turks. But they will lie to you and say their numbers are higher than they've ever been. Maybe subscriber wise, but most people don't unsubscribe from the Young Turks because they forget to. I was subscribed to the Young Turks up to I think 4 days ago because I forgot to click unsubscribe. It's like, oh, I'm still subscribed to him. That is embarrassing. But this video is about Tulsi. Tulsi, you're wrong. You're BSing. You're saying complete foolishness. The Afghanistan war was not justified whatsoever. Whatsoever. And the final thing I want to say about Tulsi is the final bill that she tried to get passed in office. It was a bill on, I believe, banning trans women from competing in sports against cis women or whatever the hell pronoun is the proper pronoun. I believe that was her final bill. And here's the thing about that. Put aside your feelings on whether you believe trans women should compete with women, cis women. Put that aside, right? So you're going to tell me that issue is more important to you than poverty, ending homelessness, ending the wars, Medicare for all, climate change. That's so important that that's going to be the last thing you do before you leave office? Are you kidding me? Are you kidding me? There's so many other things that needs to be done. People that we have the highest child poverty rate amongst first world countries. 33,000 people die annually because they can't afford proper health care in America. But that's the last thing you focus on. These politicians are garbage, man. They're trash. They're trash. I'm going to continue saying it till I die because these politicians are garbage. And other people are going to say it, but I'm also going to be one of the people that say it. And I'm never going to simp over a damn politician. I'd be damned. So, like I said many times throughout this video, these politicians are complete garbage. So, that's all I got to say for the video. Like the content, like, subscribe to the channel, turn on post notifications when I post videos in the future. But I'll leave you with one more thing before the video is over, and that's the word of the day. The word of the day for today is duplicitous. Duplicitous is spelled D-U-P-L-I-C-I-T-O-S. The definition of duplicitous is deceitful. So now I will attempt to use duplicitous in a sentence. All of these damn politicians are extremely duplicitous. Pretty much everything they say you should believe is a lie until proven otherwise. Hopefully I use that sentence correctly. So again, you like the content, like, subscribe to the channel, turn on the post notification, I'll post videos in the future because YouTube will not share my videos unless you do so. And that's all I gotta say. So I have a Patreon account now. You want to donate anything on my Patreon, anywhere between $3 to $10 a month. You can donate at patreon.com/keep100dre, or you can donate to my Buy Me a Coffee. You can donate unlimited amounts there. It's buymeacoffee.com/keep100dre. Both will be linked in the description below. Other than that, do I have anything else to say? No, probably not. I think I'm done for the night. So I appreciate y'all watching. 100%. Peace.
Well, I've been stacking up. Nah, really, that ain't accurate. Cause I just spent my whole damn advance in the past couple months just to compensate for times we ain't have enough. Ooh.